Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Reef Life with myself, Dutch Reefer. So in today's video, I'm going to have to give you a quick update on what's been happening over the past few weeks, since this is my first video in, I think, 3 weeks now. So not big reasons for being a bit late, but overall just busy with life, and the Formula 1 season has started again. So that also takes up a part of the weekend, and then also I have to keep my tank in pristine shape, of course, so that also takes some time and effort. But yeah, there have been some developments that I want to make you a part of. So one of them is that I'm having a bit of a bad time balancing the nutrients in the tank. So somehow the nitrates and the phosphates gotten a bit out of hand over the past few weeks. So I tried some methods of reducing them again, trying to maintain the balance, which well, in the end has worked out, but it's taken quite a bit of work and effort. But all in all, things are on the mending side again. So I thought it'd be good to give you another update. I can see that the aquarium glass is reflecting a little bit, but let's hope that doesn't interfere too much with the overall video. So first of all, let me tell you that the things that are going all right, and that's the growth of the large polyp stony corals, the Rhodactis and the Ricordea that are right here. These are mainly Ricordea. I did manage to scoop up quite a nice one from a local fish store nearby, which has some really cool patterns inside. It's of course orange, as you can see, but with green on the inside, which is quite unique, which I hadn't seen before either. So it's great to have one of those in the tank next to the other cool ones, of course. One thing you do immediately notice is that there's some algae growth inside the tank again, right there, but also on the back glass pane, as you can see right here. And that's, I think, the main cause for that is that I got rid of the fox face, which was in the tank for quite a while, and that was a very good algae eater. So I'm going to get a new one, a very small one, perhaps next week. It's being ordered as we speak, so that will keep the algae under control a little bit better. Also, a very fun thing to see is that the eel, the ribbon eel, as you can see right here, he's poking from outside the zoanthus that are growing right here. Actually, the zoanthus have covered up, I think, about 90% of the PVC pipe that's right there. I don't think you can even see it when the eel is coming out. But I'll have to trim that down a bit because I want to be able to give the eel its exit. I don't think that the coral is actually harming the eel, but then again, it's good for the eel to have some breathing space and not be bothered by some zoanthus that are there. So yeah, overall, the growth is looking okay. There's one thing that hasn't been too great as of late, and that's the SPS growth. As you can see right here, the Stylophora, it's still alive and it's still in reasonably good health, but then again, it's not too great. Since there's no wide growth tips. It's one of the first things you'll see whenever a coral is starting to do bad, is that the growth tips will disappear. Normally there will be wide tips on this type of coral, and then also there's some other corals that are looking not quite so happy. For example, this one right here, but also the Hystrix that's behind that is also not doing too well. So that's one of the first indications to me that there was something not too good going on with the water parameters, and that was all down to nutrients. So yeah, it's kind of a bit of the story of my life, the nutrient control in this tank and my previous tanks. I always try to keep the tank as lively as possible, feed my fish well, make sure that everything is well fed. But yeah, the downside of that is that the tank is often nutrient rich. There's a little bit too much phosphates and nitrates inside the tank, which will then in turn inhibit the growth of or prohibit the growth of SPS, so small polyp stony corals. While on the other hand, the LPS are doing great. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all there is to say about the tank at the moment. Not too much funny things going on other than that. Maybe it's good to take a look at the zoanthus rock right here. As you can see, it's still very beautiful and bright. These blueberry pie zoanthus are doing very well. Actually, the whole right part of the zoanthus aisle is already growing pretty fast, and as you can see, not much rock you can see there. Also good to show you is that the Pichoplites, the regal angelfish, is doing very well at the moment. Luckily, there's no more fighting between the copper band and the picho, so that's very great. They don't even bother anymore when they see each other, so that's actually good. And then on this side of the island, there's still some work to do. I think I need to put some nice new zoanthus frags right here to make sure that this will also grow a little bit more, because as you can see, there's still quite a bit of rock uncovered here, especially when you compare it with the right side, like this. So yeah, overall, the zoanthus are doing great, the LPS are doing great, and then the overall health of the tank is still being managed as we speak. So then let's take a quick look at the sump area. The sump area right here, I tried to keep this as clean as possible. As you can see, I've actually cleaned it yesterday. So as you can see, the skimmer looks very clean, and that's because I actually cleaned the whole cup yesterday. So this skimmate has been from about 24 hours. As you can see, the skimmate is pretty wet and pretty light. That's on purpose to make sure that all the nasty stuff is getting removed. A little bit to the left, you can see that the UVC light is running. That's a 36 watts UVC. And then there's this ReefMat, which is a Red Sea REEFER that's been on this tank since day one, and that's been filtering the water and doing a very good job at that. So the floor, I've added some extra Maxspect bio blocks. As you can see, I'm running two types of them. So the black ones that you can see right here, right there, but also the white ones which are back there. And I have two on each side supporting the skimmer to make sure that the skimmer is at the optimal height. As you can see right here, it requires a certain height to have optimal skimming. So I added two of these blocks on either side, so 4 on each, and then 8 in total to make sure that the skimmer does well. Then there's this small basket of Maxspect orbs, or spheres, as you might call them. This basket is soon being replaced by a 3D printed one. My brother is making that as we speak, so I expect to add that in the next few weeks to make it look even cleaner. And then, last but not least, the technical side of the cabinet, where I've placed a big plate slab across the whole cabinet to make sure that all the adapters are snug and safe under there. Of course, they're a bit apart so they won't cause heat problems. And then all the controllers are here on the right, and there's one on the left, then the dosing machine on the left, and all the power plugs are on the top of the of the cabinet to make sure that if there's any leakage, at least the power plugs won't get affected. And then the dosing containers are right here at the back. I've refilled those yesterday. So there's the calcium on the left, then the alkalinity as the second canister, then the magnesium, and those are part of the Aqua Forest 1, 2, 3 plus components. And then on the right side is my own vodka vinegar mix that I've also mixed with some nitrate reducing liquid to make sure that the nutrients are being kept in check. So all in all, that's the update on the technical part and the update on the beautiful part. Yeah, I hope that the tank will start to stabilize again over the next few weeks, so that I can keep giving you content that you will enjoy. And for now, I think that that's quite enough for today. We're already at 11 minutes, so let's call it a day. I hope you have a great week ahead of you. If you haven't already, please feel free to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. For now, bye-bye.